Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the farm. Well, the FedEx guy showed up yesterday evening and brought us some Braun 3000 lumen 4-foot LED linkable hanging shop lights. Bought these from Harbor Freight. I ordered them on Christmas Eve at about 7 o'clock at night, and they just showed up yesterday, which was the 6th of January. And these were a birthday present to myself because I am tired of the piss poor lighting that I've got here in the barn. You know, a little bit of explanation is in order. I have a whole bunch of these double fluorescent shop lights that I bought years ago. Been using them for years and years. And you know, fluorescent bulbs, instead of going out, they go dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer over time, and then they start flickering and yada yada yada. And I've, you know, after replacing the bulbs in them over the years, I'm just not happy with them. And so I went and bought these LED replacements to see what kind of deal, you know, see what kind of a difference it would make. I only bought 4 because I figure if I wanted to go buy more powerful versions after this, I could, but I wanted to see what 4 would do. I've got 3 hanging lights that I want to replace. They're all fluorescent, and we're going to replace them with these LEDs, and I'll show you how much of a difference they make. With all that said, let's get to work. I've gone and turned off all my fancy video lights so you can get an idea of just how bright these things are. And this is the fluorescent light that's over all of my bolts and nut collection and all my little drawers here. And yeah, I'm going to swap this one out first and see how much of a difference it is. That's how bright fluorescent is. Got to move all this lapidary equipment out of the way. I used to cut gemstones. My dad used to cut gemstones with these equipment and make cabochons. I've got a pair of diamond saws over here for cutting up rocks. I hope I don't have to move it because it's all covered with oil and kind of nasty, and you don't want to touch it. Now, because these are fluorescent lights, I need to be real careful with them because they can make a real mess if I drop one. Okay, we got one almost 20-year-old fluorescent about ready to go to the garbage heap. Now, these Harbor Freight lights are much lighter. I mean, weight-wise, they're much lighter. And it has a pull chain on the end, which if you read the reviews, they say the pull chain breaks off. Well, since I'm using a switch over next to the door for all of these, once these things are turned on, I won't use the little pull chains anymore. The other thing too is it came with some little chains that have hooks on both ends, which are probably going to come in real handy in just a second when I try to hang this puppy. Go and put the hook There's a slot down here on the end. I'm gonna try to slip it into. Hey, and it worked real well. Take my little chain, put it over the top. Unhook it through. Flip it over about 2 or 3 times, I guess. There we go. There's my old chain. Now, this is kind of embarrassing for me because y'all get to see the fantastic wiring job I've done in the barn. It's interesting to note that this barn has never been wired for power. I've got a big old breaker box in the corner, and everything we do in here is off of an extension cord. Got a little extension cord running over here to a 6-outlet surge protector with a switch on it, and that switch turns on all the little lights on this side of the barn and the power tools. So yeah, this place ain't wired for power. Okay, that's relatively level. And we'll go and take the cord, put it up over the top here. Wrap it around a couple of times. Plug it into the surge protector that the lights are in. Wow, okay. That seems like that's a bit more light. I would definitely say that that's a bit more light. And that's what it looks like with LED light. That's how bright fluorescent is. And that's what it looks like with LED light. That's how bright fluorescent is. I would dare say that's a lot more light. A lot more light. I'm gonna slide my faceting machine and my cabochon maker back in place. And yeah, I can already tell that's quite a bit more light than what we had before. Let's go swap out the other two. Okay, now we're going to be unboxing the next one. This is exactly the way it comes via FedEx from Harbor Freight in Georgia. It's packed in bubble wrap. And a little manual, owner's manual. Always want to keep those owner's manual. And a little bag of hardware. It's got the 2 chains and some hooks and some drywall anchors. If you're putting this into your garage ceiling, you'll have those available. And there it is. Like I say, it's very, very light. A lot lighter than what I'm pulling off the wall there. I'm going to open up this little bag and get the 2 little chains out. I was pleased to see that the chains have hooks already on them permanently on both sides. So there's a hook on each end of the little chains, which makes hanging up on my stuff a lot easier. Now let's take this old one down. Here we go. One more old, tired, double fluorescent heading for the garbage heap. And we're going to take these chains, I'm going to hook them right here because bib overalls are real handy for stuff like this. There we go. And that's what it looks like with the LED light. I think that's better. And I've got one more to go. And one more really heavy dual bulb fluorescent heading for the scrap heap. There we go. Yeah, I'd say that's a definite improvement. Much, much better. Well, as you can see, it's a lot brighter in here than it was. I'm impressed. Again, I got these from Harbor Freight, and they're the little 3,000 lumen that you can go and plug stuff into, and supposedly you can link 4 of these lights together. And yeah, I've replaced 3 of them in my shop, and I would say it's made a drastic difference. I think I might buy a few more of these. Well, thanks for coming out and hanging out with me for a little bit on the farm. Get this early morning chore done and out of the way. It's about 33, 34 degrees outside. We just barely kissed 32 last night. And yeah, the cold weather here for a bit. That's why I'm keeping the doors closed, and I'm about to fire up the heater before I get a couple of things done out here on the farm. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Come back and see us. That's how bright fluorescent is. And that's what it looks like with LED light. Holy crap. I can actually see inside all these drawers. I didn't even know I had those anymore. I was looking for those a couple of years ago. And there's the DB25 connectors I was looking for to connect up a computer. And there's the spark plugs that I was looking for a while back.